Hello class and welcome back. Again, my name is Professor Thor Buttocks, and if you're here, that means you've elected to take my ACC class where we will be going over Week 3 predictions. Why does that not stick? Anyway, welcome to the class. I believe it is later in the evening class tonight. Actually, no, morning class. Yes, so we have ACC weekly predictions. Sorry for a shaky start there, just woke up. So in this course, we will be covering who will win each week and more or less why. Starting off here, we have UCF at Louisville. Typically, you would like to think an ACC team such as Louisville would beat a group of 5 team such as UCF. However, that is not the case, as UCF is no ordinary American Conference team. They are top 30, 35-ish team, whereas Louisville top 50-ish, 45-ish range, which means UCF is the better team, and I feel like for the most part the better team typically wins. Louisville does get that slight boost at home, but it is not enough to overcome UCF in the end. I think just UCF is a much more well-rounded team, and that is why they will win. Moving on, we got a couple we can go through kind of quickly here, including Western Michigan at Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh should win that game. Albany at Syracuse. Syracuse isn't great, but they're better than Albany. Any other ones we can get through quickly? North Carolina State at Furman. Give them a win there. And I guess we can go ahead and give Clemson the win here over Georgia Tech. Just quickly, Western Michigan is a good team. Pittsburgh's just better, and they're at home. I don't see, unless injuries, hopefully not, that'd be the only reason Pittsburgh loses this game. Same thing goes with Syracuse. Syracuse isn't great, but now there's Albany. Albany versus UConn's a good game to watch. Georgia Tech, Clemson. Georgia Tech, another ACC matchup, which is kind of why I held off on circling it right away. But I ended up, Clemson's my 6th best team in the country. I think they're going to destroy Georgia Tech. And then Furman versus North Carolina State. North Carolina State's a very good team. At least a very solid team. Furman is not. So that leaves us with 6 games left here. Got Boston College at Temple, Michigan State at Miami, Virginia Tech, West Virginia, Florida State at Wake Forest, and Northwestern at Duke, and then Virginia at UNC. Almost missed that one. So I think the game we'll start off with here is Boston College at Temple. I like Boston College a lot. Kind of follow them a little bit, watched them a bit more last year, love the team. But yes, I believe they will absolutely destroy Temple. So, sorry, Owl fans. Eagles are better. Next, we will go ahead and move on to Northwestern at Duke. This isn't basketball, so I mean, and even if it was basketball, might pick Northwestern over Duke. Probably won't, but it'd be close. So, Northwestern beating Duke on the road. Now we got some good games here. We've narrowed it down to, I'd say, the 3 best games in the ACC this week. These are the games you want to watch if you can. We'll go ahead, we'll get Virginia Tech and West Virginia, Battle of the Virgin States, or formerly Virgin States. That's what the I is for. It's references past tense. So West Virginia, Virginia Tech. West Virginia had a great close game last week. Virginia Tech has not had a close game, and that includes, the UNC game was a good game. Never really a close game. Virginia Tech, my 17th best team in the country. They get it done on the road versus West Virginia. So we are now left with 3 pretty good games. And I think we'll go ahead and pick the upset here. It feels like a good time for an upset pick. I got Wake Forest beating Florida State. I mean, Florida State's not in a good place. They're just not. Lost a heart-crushing game to Notre Dame. Then lose heart-crushingly, that's why I'm not an English teacher, to Jacksonville State. Here they are playing Wake Forest, who's had a good year. I think at the time they're 2-0. So, Wake Forest, I think, will. What sticks out for me for Florida State is while every single player from Jacksonville State was celebrating in the end zone. So just mere minutes after the game had concluded, Florida State was already, move on, I'll go propose to my girlfriend. Again, congratulations to those two. Hope it all works out. But I don't like where Florida State is. I thought after the first game, this is going to be a good team. Hung in there with the top 10 team in Notre Dame. And then they pulled off that freaking... Thankfully, this marker's old. That BS. And now I have them losing to Wake Forest, which I never would have predicted at the beginning of the season. Now we're left with probably the two best games. Michigan State, Miami, Virginia, UNC. Virginia's looking a team that's getting close to the top 25. I think they're just outside of it for now. UNC is firmly in it, I believe. Well, maybe not firmly in it. They're about 19th, 20th for me. But, yeah, so this is going to be a great game. I am a huge fan of UNC, as my marker is slowly dying. Yeah, I think UNC is going to win. Sam Howell, one of the best players, if not the best. Sorry for the dead marker, best I got, best the school can afford. Don't think this is real class for some reason. Virginia at UNC, again, UNC is going to win. I love Sam Howell, love that team. I have them winning over Virginia. Great game, though. Watch it if you can. Now, Michigan State, Miami got the second best conference in football in the Big Ten versus, do I really have to say the third best? I mean, the Pac-12 is actually looking pretty decent versus the top 5 conference in the ACC. And I'm going to go Miami here. I think Miami's going to take this game. How come that mark looks better than the rest of my stuff? Anyway, Michigan State, they looked actually fairly good. They beat Northwestern earlier in the year. However, I don't think they're a great team. I think Miami's definitely up there. So I'm going to go ahead and give Miami the win here. So just to run down the list, first I have UCF beating Louisville, Pittsburgh beating Western Michigan, Syracuse beating Albany, Boston College beating Temple, Miami beating Michigan State, Virginia Tech beating West Virginia, Clemson beating Georgia Tech, Wake Forest beating Florida State, Northwestern beating Duke, NC State beating Furman, and UNC beating Virginia. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below, and I will see you in the next class where we go over the Big Ten this week.